Hello and welcome. This is a guide to my book, The Newbery Book Club, 24 award-winning novels with math-reductive learners. This guide will present you with the best way to work through this book so that you will thoroughly digest the 24 Newbery awarded and nominated books in the Newbery Book Club and hone your skills to comprehensively analyze any novel you come across. First, let me introduce myself. I was born in South Korea, and I started learning English when I entered elementary school. I barely received any help from native speakers or professionals. I relied on books. English novels guided me through the language for 8 years until I became comfortable enough to enter Macquarie University in Australia. My accomplished English skills were recognized as I was awarded a spot in the Vice Chancellor's merit list. By the time I graduated from university, it came to my attention that many South Korean children were following the same path to master English. To ensure they get the full experience while reading each book, I decided to assist them in the form of a book club. Thus, the Newbery Book Club was born. I led countless pupils on the adventure through 24 Newbery awarded and nominated books. My piercing questions about the novels exponentially advanced not only my students' English speaking and writing skills, but their levels of thought as well. This book contains rich and exhaustive analysis of the 24 novels, along with all the questions I handled in the Newbery Book Club. For those who've experienced the class, I wish this book can act as a delightful memento. And for those who've not had the chance yet, I wish this book could mentor you to absorb every subtle idea offered in timeless classics. Now, let me guide you through my book. Each chapter consists of 9 parts: the title page, plot introduction, themes, questions, vocabulary exercise, paragraph write-up exercise, bibliography, about the author, and other books by the author. Of these, I will clarify the 6 main parts. First, the plot introduction presents a synopsis of the novel's plot. Note that it only roughly outlines the story. It is not a summary. It is only to cue you into the book, to spark your interest. It cannot replace reading the original novel. You must read the original book yourself. Next, the themes section is the most ambitious section in my book. It offers every compelling, thought-provoking narrative of the novel. It contains, but is not limited to, the themes, motifs, backgrounds, and possible discussions regarding the story. From core topics to bite-sized ideas, every noteworthy concept will be examined in this section. Despite its scale, it is impossible to include everything in my humble writing. You must perform your own investigations to absorb every book fully. My analysis will give you a good starting point. The question section reveals all the penetrating questions I prepared and discussed within the Newbery Book Club. You should first read the original novel and attempt to answer all the questions in this section. There are a number of different types of questions. For the first 12 books, 3 different varieties of questions are offered. First, the story questions require you to recall critical details from the plot. They will assist you in distinguishing the important parts of the story from the lesser important parts. Next, the character questions will investigate the nature of the main characters and their relationships. They will give you a chance to consider the characters of the book. Finally, the theme questions are personal questions related to the novel's principal themes and messages. They ask for your thoughts on the central messages and lessons of the book. For the latter 12 books, only one sort of question is offered. The discussion questions approach the novel from various perspectives. Any point of interest worth discussing is included in these questions. You will encounter considerations regarding the character's actions and thoughts, the novel's historical context, or social, scientific significance, and much more. You will also meet philosophical questions that thoroughly explore the novel's central themes and messages. As you work through the discussion questions, you will find my additional input in one of 3 forms. First, Chew on This provides interesting information for you to consider. This includes intriguing facts or news related to the question. What's written under Chew on This is often not required to answer the corresponding question. Next, The reminder summarizes the part of the story relevant to the corresponding question. It helps you recall the related event, just in case you have forgotten. Finally, the hint offers some ideas to consult while answering the corresponding question. It assists you to answer broad or challenging questions. The vocabulary exercise is an activity to attempt after answering all the questions. You are given 10 words and phrases from the original book. For the first 12 books, you will write 10 separate sentences using each word or phrase once. For the latter 12 books, you will write a paragraph with a topic of your choice using at least 7 of the words and phrases. You can see detailed instructions in every chapter. The paragraph write-up exercise is another activity to attempt after answering all the questions. You are asked a series of questions regarding the novel's central messages and lessons. You will compile your answers to all the questions into a single paragraph. Once again, you can see detailed instructions in every chapter. The bibliography section lists the materials I consulted while preparing the chapter. Information and data from these sources would most likely appear in either the themes or the questions section. Now, let me explain the best approach to conquering this book. First, I recommend you read the books in order, though it's not mandatory. However, you must work through the first 12 books before moving on to the latter 12. The questions in the first half are designed to prepare you for the second half. When it comes to a single chapter, I suggest the following workflow. First, read the plot introduction to get an idea of what the story is about. Next, read the original novel. Then, return to my book and try to answer the questions. Next, thoroughly consult the themes section. You might also want to explore the materials listed in the bibliography. Now, answer the questions once again. Finally, attempt the vocabulary exercise and the paragraph write-up exercise for the book. Mastering this book will neither be easy nor quick, but once you do, your ability to analyze and digest the book will advance tremendously. Your English writing skills will improve magnificently as well. I wish you luck in your journey. Lastly, I would like to say a few words about my other book, English Grammar for Math-Reductive Learners. This book is an English grammar guidebook tailored to math-reductive learners, those who acquire English by reading books. In addition to basic grammar rules, it contains a plethora of unique and powerful writing tips. It also contains English grammar exercises like none you would have seen before. This book will elevate your English writing to a whole new level. I sincerely hope you can check it out too. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy my book.